Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to do the basic steps of OBS Studio that you need to know on how to operate it and what the best settings are. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright, so we're on Google here, and we're gonna go ahead and if you don't have it yet, you can download it. So we're going to show you how to download it. So first we're going to go to OBS Studio. Just type that in on Google. It'll come up and you'll have the obsproject.com website. You can just type that in, or you can search up OBS Studio. So here it is. You click on this, and of course you have all this that you can scroll through, look at, and what have you. So and then it lists the sponsors, lists it can stream on YouTube, it can stream on several different platforms. I use it for streaming on YouTube. So here you have it, OBS Studio. You can download it for Windows, Mac OS 10.13 plus, Linux. So those are the three platforms you can download it on. I already have it, so let's hop over to it right now. Alright everybody, we are back. We're in this the OBS Studio, and we're gonna go ahead and just talk to you about what settings you should have. Depends on your internet, and what settings are best for recording, and what stuff it has, what cool stuff this has for like screen capturing and whatever. So we're gonna show you all that today, and so let's get started with it. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna go ahead and check out the bottom left hand corner, and you might see this. There's these things called scenes. Now those scenes are things like, for instance, scenes go with sources. So each scene will have a source in it. So like you can go scene 2, create a scene 2. Here you can add something. So say you want to add something for scene 2. You could do window capture, you could do video capture, you could do text, you could do scene, you could do media source, you could do image slideshow, you could do image, you could do game capture, you could do display capture, you could do color source, browser, audio output capture, audio input capture. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do there, and we're going to go ahead and show you those after we explain to you a few more things here. So over here is the audio mixer. Now this is for desktop audio, so if you have like a video playing in the background or something, or on this screen here, which is black, you can go ahead and click the little setting thing here, go to properties, and then you can select your speakers as your main audio output source, and then you can go to advanced audio properties, and you can go ahead and go here, and you can make sure this is all on monitor and output. That's what you want if you're wanting the sound to come through desktop audio. So we're gonna go ahead to this one right here. So this is mic. So as you can see, I'm talking through the microphone, and it's working pretty well. So there you have it. That's audio microphone, audio mixer section for you, and we're gonna go ahead and go on to scene transitions. Alright, so for scene transitions, coming back to scene transitions, this mainly is if you're using studio mode. Now we're going to get into studio mode in a little bit here, but I just wanted to say that scene transitions, you can add a bunch of things here. You can go swipe, so then you would just do swipe here, and then you would select the direction you want it to go in. So if you wanted the swipe to go left, then you just say preview transition. Boom, and it would preview it for you. So moving on, here we have controls. Now controls is pretty straightforward. Okay, you got start streaming, which is you can stream to YouTube. You can stream to YouTube, and you can stream to a bunch of other platforms. Okay, that's for start streaming. Okay, start recording is what I'm doing right now. I'm recording this for you guys. So if you press start recording, this thing right here, which is right here next to live, will be red, and the numbers will start counting, which means you're recording. If you're going live, this live broadcast symbol will be blue, and then the numbers will be counting upwards. So the other thing's straightforward too over here. We have CPU 2.7%, and I have 30 frames per second as my streaming and as my recording frame per second setting. So we're going to get into those settings on how we do those, on how we have these settings, and it really depends on your CPU and your internet speed, on how much frame per second your computer can hold and process, and your internet can process. So we're going to get to that. And so next we have start virtual camera. Now this is a cool little thing, start virtual camera. You can actually stream your OBS Studio square, which is this thing right here, in your black screen, but it won't be black unless you actually add a source there in one of your scenes, but it's black right now because I don't have any sources. So if you start virtual camera, which I could do right now, it'll say no sources because we haven't added any sources. But if you start virtual camera, it'll actually stream it through a platform like Zoom, like Discord, anything like that. It'll stream it through your camera, where your camera would actually originally come through to. So you can click that, you can enable the setting on Zoom or Discord, and then you can click start virtual camera, and it'll stream the OBS Studio right through to your platform, whatever you're on. So then next we have studio mode. We're going to get to that in a few seconds. Then we have settings. Okay, we're going to get to that after we do studio mode. Exit. Straightforward. If you press this, you're going to exit out of OBS Studio. Alright, so going on to studio mode, we're going to go ahead and hit that studio mode. And what this will bring up is it's going to bring up 2 black picture frames. Now this is mainly going back to scene transitions section, where I would say we go on to studio mode and do this. So for instance, if you had a source that was a video capture device, we can go to this scene 1, which is the default. We can delete scene 2. That's only if you're having more than one sources. You would create several scenes for all those sources you're going to have. Go to scene 2. So now we're going to click that plus sign, and that plus sign is add. The minus sign is remove. So when you click something and you click minus, it's going to say delete scene, okay? But I can't delete it because there needs to be one more scene in order to delete it. So go to sources, click add, click video capture device, click OK, or you can name it something, but I'm just going to name it video capture device. You can just use my camera over here as it's not very good quality, but it'll work. So here we have this camera here. So we're just going to click OK, okay? And then what you're going to do is, as you can see over here in program, there's still a black thing. That's because this is preview and this is program. So what program is it's actually going to be what people see. Preview is what you see before it actually opens up to what everyone else will see. So then you can transition yourself over by sliding this to the right side over to this side. So then now people can see you live. This is a cool tool for live streaming if you're really into the cool little features of OBS Studio. So as you can see, you can make yourself go live. Hello everybody, welcome back. So like that, you know, pretty cool. Okay, and then you can change your transition times, or your transition types, is what I meant to say. So slide, you can preview transition, boom, you know, I slid right there, you can see me, I'm sliding. So that's mainly the thing for studio mode, is just the cool little features of studio mode is mainly for live streaming. You really don't want to use it for for recording, because recording is just doing recording, you know. You can use this while you're live streaming. It doesn't really need to be used for recording. So anyways, we can exit out of studio mode and get rid of my horrible looking quality picture here. Okay, so we're going to delete that source. So now what we can do is we can go to a different source. We're going back to sources, and you can select images, you can put images on there, and you can read it for yourself. So there's all the things you can do in OBS Studio for sources. I'm not going to do one because it's going to take too much time on this video to do through going every source. We already did the video capture device source, and you saw how that worked. So we're going to go ahead and go to settings now. So first of all, we're going to click settings. So click that settings bar, and what you're going to see pop up is the settings window. Now in the settings window, we have general stream, output, audio, video, hotkeys, advanced. This is really straightforward, and you don't have to worry about anything because I'm going to tell you how to have your settings properly set in this window. So first, you don't have to worry about general. General tab is absolutely fine. General tab is absolutely fine. You don't have to worry about that. So move on to stream. Okay, so here is the mind-blowing part, and you're probably really like, wow, okay, this has to be hard. But actually it's not. So what you can do is you can stream to a bunch of other things. You can go to stream to Twitch, YouTube, RTMP, which is the main YouTube server streaming server. And then you can go to a YouTube RTMPS, which I have no idea what that is yet because it's still in beta. So I would not try it if I were you, because it's probably going to lag a lot. You can go and stream to Facebook Live with this, and you can stream to Restream.io, which is a new thing created by StreamYard, and it's a new thing that just came out like last year. So if you're into Restream, you can stream it to Restream, but Restream you can kind of stream on Restream, so you really don't need software to stream to Restream. So Twitter and Periscope, you can /Periscope, you can which is mainly Periscope, you can stream to that through this. which is pretty cool. And then you can click show all and it'll show you all the things you can stream to, okay? So I'm just gonna switch back to YouTube. There it is, YouTube RNTP. Look, so here it is, and this is your stream key. So for instance, this is gonna be your stream key every time you stream on YouTube. So this is this main stream area, just a stream key, the server you want to stream to, which is the backup and the primary YouTube ingest server. I would recommend streaming to the primary YouTube ingest server just because it's more stable, and all you need to worry about is pasting that stream key in and then clicking start streaming right here. Alright, so now heading on to the output tab. So we're gonna go to the output tab, and this is really crucial. Okay, this is really crucial, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how to set these settings properly according to your internet, okay, and your computer specifications. Alright, so we're gonna go to the output tab, which we're on now, and there's two output modes, simple and advanced. I'd stick with simple because that is gonna be the easiest for you if you're a beginner, okay? If you want to go advanced and get into all that technological stuff on OBS Studio, go ahead and click advanced. But for now, we're gonna stick with simple, alright? Make it easier for you guys. Video bitrate, 1500 kbps, okay? This is your video bitrate. What does that stand for? Well, you might be wondering. Video bitrate is really dependable upon your internet. Now, if you have like really fast internet, like something over 10 upload speed, you can go with 1500 kbps, okay? And our internet is around 10 upload speed. So I stream at this and it's really smooth. So remember, so divide your bitrate. To figure out your bitrate, divide your internet speed by 2, and then boom, put that number in, whatever it is. So for mine, I just guessed and I was like, okay, it's 1500 because I know I've streamed at 1500 before and it's been pretty good. So I just put 1500 in there. But I've heard people went and they divided by 2 their internet speed, and boom, you put your video bitrate in there, whatever you get out of that division problem, okay? So then the encoder is whatever is on your computer. So if it's a graphics card, that's like really good. You can go to software, or you can go to your graphics card. If you have a graphics card, you can select that one as your encoder. Or for mine, I just have one encoder, and that's by 264 software. And the audio bitrate, you want to stick with 160 because that's usually very good audio on YouTube. So then going down here, that's all done. You don't have to worry about anything else unless you want to go to the advanced encoder settings and you're an advanced person in technological stuff. You can click that and you can select your encoder preset and your custom encoder settings, which I've done, and I don't want to do that anymore. So we're gonna stick with simple, okay? If you wanna figure out how people do the advanced setting part, go ahead and find it out on YouTube someplace else rather than this place, because all I'm doing is the simple output mode and not the advanced. Because if I were to click advanced, look at all this stuff you have to do. Yes, that's a lot of stuff. Anyways, so simple, we're sticking with simple. Recording path, this is my downloads area, and then NKV, you can change that to MP4. MKV. So MKV is what I'm sticking with because MKV is pretty good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go on to the audio section. You don't have to worry about any of this down here. As always, remember these settings for streaming because those are very important to your YouTube streaming or Facebook streaming or Twitch streaming or Periscope streaming or whatever platform you're streaming on. These settings are important, okay, for a smooth, awesome stream. Alright, going into audio. Now for audio, you don't have to worry about any of this. Just make sure all your devices are switched on correctly to the specified sections. So like for this, I have my main microphone as the mic, and then desktop audio, main speakers. That's easy. You don't have to worry about that. Going on to video. Base canvas resolution. This is where it gets really back to streaming. Alright, streaming quality. This is your streaming quality. If you have a camera that's full HD, so it's my camera is HD 1080p, I'm streaming at 1280 by 720. That's as far as I can go with the current downscale filter I have. So the current downscale filter I have is bilinear, fastest but blurry of scaling. You can select any of these, but don't select these three if you have like the last two are for like really good like processors. So I don't have a really good processor, so I just stick with bilinear. Alright, going on to common FPS values. Now you want to stick with 30 frames if you're streaming at 1500 kbps. If you're streaming at 5000 or above video bitrate, you can go with 60 frames per second if you have like really good internet. But I'm not going to do that because I really don't have the best internet in the world, just fast internet. Alright, so that's what I'm going to stick with, and then everything else is mainly just your render, and everything else is pretty straightforward. I mean, you don't have to worry about the rest of this stuff. It is super fine. So yeah, there you have it. That's all you need to know about OBS Studio. Go back in the video here and rewatch some stuff on the streaming settings if you had problems with figuring out what you need for the streaming settings, because those are the main things you should focus on when you're actually using OBS Studio, because if you're going to be streaming with OBS Studio, which you probably will be, make sure to get those settings right. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and if I helped you out, make sure to give a like, and make sure to share this video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time on another video that I hopefully will do that will help you out. Have a great day. Bye bye.